Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I'm going to be showing you some games that I played with the Golisopod list, with which Naoto Suzuki got second at the World Championships in 2017, just a couple of weeks ago. Now, I have already done a deck analysis of this video. I'll pop a link in the description. This is some highlight games from my stream where we play the list. The list comes up at the beginning of the video, and if you want to join in on future streams, and you should, then go and follow me at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. Enjoy. Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, we are going to be testing the World Championship runner-up deck. This is the deck list. It's not a secret at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, because it was posted on Pokemon.com and I put it in my video that I uploaded earlier today, but still, it is here. Now, I am using the exact World Championship list, except I only have 2 of this trubbish. So we're going with 2 of this trubbish. But to be honest, if we end up attacking with trubbish, it's all gone wrong anyway. Modding from Gran Canaria. Not entirely sure how good about myself I feel that you're modding on holiday, but then again, you're modding. I like having mods, so swings and roundabouts. DJ Muffin Tops. Oh my goodness, it's happening. I was afraid of this, ladies and gentlemen. I was afraid that we were going to have a situation where everyone online is playing this deck, and it looks like that is the case, which is kind of rubbish, but hey-ho. Good news is he does not appear to have a free retreater, which is going to make it awkward for my opponent to have the retreat next turn. Now, it does mean that I'm going to have to use Tapu Lele. I don't like how this deck only plays one Bridget, but we found our 1 copy of Bridget, so we're fine. I also really don't like the fact that we've got free energy on our opening hand, so we're probably going to have to be discarding one next turn, which is kind of rubbish, but we can live with it. Other than that, oh, we didn't have the double colorless to flying flip, so we're just going to pass. Now, maybe my opponent's got a float stone. If my opponent gets the first KO, that is bad. Yay, Primal Lugia in your face, EA Play stream. And also, the fact that we've had to play that Tapu Lele is not ideal. It does look like we're probably playing a 60-card mirror here. So it's going to come down to who draws Ace Roller at the right time. It's going to come down to late game ends. It's going to come down to, you know, all of these situations. The good news is we started Tapu Koko, so we can retreat and hit now, and we've actually got a really, really nice hand. Oh, that is just a bad play. Now, I don't have a retreater at the moment. Tapu Lele can retreat for a single energy Trubbish needs, so we're going to have to go with that. But as it stands at the moment, I don't know quite what my opponent was doing there, because the reason I shouldn't, or at least I didn't really want to bench the Tapu Lele, was because if you bench the Tapu Lele, then you put yourself in a really awkward position. Is my opponent going to want abilities? You put yourself in an awkward position where your opponent can get a KO with Crossing Cut and a Choice Band. As it is, my opponent just used his GX attack to take what is, quite frankly, a fairly pointless KO on the first turn of the game, and now doesn't have it available to KO a Tapu Koko in the mid to late game. Oh, we do hit the Float Stone, which is nice. I was worried we would whiff the Float Stone, but now we get the KO with Crossing Cut. Now we are going to need an Ace Roller, so it's probably for the best we just left that Yeah. I mean, because we're going to have abilities, we might need to play Lele for Ace Roller next turn. It's not what I really want to do. But then again, we could always Guzma and take a hit. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, I've got a KO on a Wimpod and he's got a KO on a Tapu Lele. Gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I prefer my situation. And if we can get an Ace Roller next turn, yeah, that doesn't really matter much to me. We are playing 2 of those. Oh, actually, the Float Stone sucks. But we are just going to Ace Roller next turn. Unless we get End, what we're going to do next turn is just Ultra Ball for a Lele. Use that Lele to have an Ace Roller. See, and now my opponent's doing that. Oh, this is awkward. Yeah, all right. So now my opponent's using a delayed Bridget. He's going to hit. I mean, to be fair, he's going to hit for 130 with Armor Press. So that ain't too bad, to be perfectly honest. And actually, if the Armor presses twice in a row, that could be kind of awkward for us. But our other option we do have here... Oh, no. Oh, we top deck the Ace Roller. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Now... I am slightly concerned here that we're just having kind of too much in our hand at this stage. How many Versus Seeker have we used? None. So, what we're going to do here, just to set ourselves up for future turns, we're going to get rid of these 2 cards, so then if we do get End, we can Versus Seeker for them. And to be honest, we're going to grab ourselves a Wimpod because we don't want to have to be relying on evolving every turn. So that'll do quite nicely. And of course, we've got the Versus Seeker next turn. The downside is that if my opponent uses Crossing Cut again, we're not going to get the KO. Yeah. See, even with a Tapu Lele, we're only hitting 100. So this is slightly awkward. If my opponent plays an Ace Roller, there's the Rescue Stretcher. But we're actually going to need... We're going to need a Choice Band as it stands, unless he plays too many items. And he has. Okay. I should have been paying attention to my opponent's reckless play. Because honestly... If I'd have realised how my opponent was playing, I would have gone for a Garbodor last turn. Oh, sorry, a Trubbish, not a Wimpod. Because my opponent literally now is just putting himself in a position where all I really need to do is not get End into nothing. Because now we can just Ace Roller. And then we can get the Golisopod back. And of course, we will. Hello, chat. Sorry, I've not been active enough in the chat today, have I? Silly me. And of course, the great news here is we've still got the Guzma on Lele play with Crossing Cut. My opponent doesn't have that option as it stands at the moment. Now, let's get the energy on Golisopod so we can double colourless next turn if we so wish. And the question is, do we Ultra Ball for a Trubbish, given how recklessly my opponent has been playing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm hitting 140, so actually Choice Band Guzma, yes. Oh, but then again, what do I get rid of with the Ultra Ball? We can afford to get rid of a Wimpod at this stage. And it's going to have to be a Guzma. I hope I don't regret this. I might end up regretting this, but this is just too good an attacker at the moment with the way my opponent has been playing the early game. And then we can Trash Avalanche for 120, taking the KO, drawing a Garbodor and a Float Stone, which is going to help. And honestly, at this stage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're going to be in a good position soon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, he just sycamored a whole bunch more. I mean, this is fantastic. I'm now going to be able to get one-hit KOs with Garbodor. And I'm even tempted to try and dig for the Garbodor or Rescue Stretcher. And, oh, but then I don't have anything really that I can retreat. So I'm going to need a Float Stone. Because I can get a one-hit KO on this now. Or I could play it a little bit... No. I don't really... No, I don't even want to knock off abilities. So let's get rid of those two. And I think at this stage we are just getting a one-hit KO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I don't want to get rid of the double colourless. But actually, I've only played 3 energy, and I'm going to be drawing 7 out of 27 cards. I should hit an energy here. Okay. That's upsetting. Now, the good news is... I wouldn't even mind a Trubbish, you know, at this stage. Because the good news is here, I can hit 60 with Tapu Lele, but the bad news is I can't retreat. I've only used one of my 4 float stones. I don't know where the others are. Had I drawn a float stone there, that would have been amazing, but we didn't. So I think what we're going to do is just hit 60 with Lele. My opponent shouldn't be able to get the return KO. And this means now that I can use Crossing Cut GX to take the KO on that Golisopod. And then we really are in a great position. The one thing that's upsetting me a tiny bit... what are we doing? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, with a choice band, he would do it here. Yeah. See, I don't really mind. If he's got the choice band, this is going to hurt. Does he have the choice band? No, he doesn't. So I don't mind about that at all. Ooh. No, I tell you what, we can basically close out the game here, ladies and gentlemen, because my opponent... So, what we do is we attach an energy to Garbodor. We now go Versus Seeker for the Ace Roller. And now we can pick up the Tapu Lele, putting the Golisopod into the active. Now... I tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to just empty out a little bit. Grass Energy, Golisopod don't really mean very much to us. So what we're going to do is just grab a Trubbish so that maybe we can Rescue Stretcher. Yay, we have a subscriber. Luigi Nico, thank you very much, sir. Because at this stage, if we can get an attack, and it would be Rescue Stretcher at this stage, but if we can get an attack with Garbodor, we win the game. So even an end to 1 here shouldn't hurt too much. Because if... Oh, no, sorry, an end to 2. So we would need a Guzma. Oh, did I get rid of my Grass Energy too hastily? Nah. We've still got a Grass Energy in the deck. We've still got 2 Rainbow Energy. We've now actually got the Rescue Stretcher. And we've got the Lele. And... Okay, so he's using the Guzma correctly. That is the correct play. But we should, as long as we can get a Rainbow Energy here, we should be able to win the game. Now, they could... Oh, there we go. Top deck the Rainbow Energy for the win. So now we can Rescue Stretcher back that Garbodor. Attach the energy... And we take a fairly comfortable win. Take that, sir. I'm pretty sure that KOs. Yeah, plenty of damage. Essentially, my opponent did not respect the Garbodor. 5-0 with Turtonator. Very nice indeed. How did Ninetales do well in the finals without the baby Ninetales? Hey, Nick. It's a good deck. It's just fast, to be honest with you. It's fast and it's consistent and it takes big KOs. Ooh, that is a very bad start. That is a really bad start. We start Lele, we don't have a Bridget or a way to get the Bridget. We have the energy, but we don't have a Pokemon to bench. Oh, as our opponent starts Tapu Koko. Now, good news, we get the Heavy Ball. So we've got the Wimpod here. And then we can bench the Wimpod and we've got the energy. So actually, as long as we get a Float Stone for next turn, and we do, this is okay. Now, I don't really want to use the Float Stone for fear of my opponent using Field Blower, but such a huge advantage here to be able to retreat to the Tapu Koko on turn 1, so now I've got a free retreater ready. Copying my tactics to thrash people online. Speaking of, hey Nick, Nick got top 16 at Worlds for the 2nd year in a row. That dude got 9th last year, and he got top 16 and 15th this year. And let's not forget, right, Nick doesn't make top 22. Spoiler alert, Nick is not going to make top 22. Because Nick, well, at least judging by last year, because Nick was part of the European commentary team. Although he didn't cast Liverpool, he did cast a whole bunch of them. He casted Internats, casted Internats. No, he didn't cast Liverpool. I don't know. He casted a bunch. So he can get top 22 because he's just spending way too much time casting events. So, oh no, it's not Mirror. Oh, I don't like this. It depends. If my opponent's playing the Choice Band variant, this sucks because he can one-hit KO. If he's not playing the Choice Band variant, if he's playing the Fighting Fury bout variant, we're doing a lot better. He can get one-hit KOs with Choice Band, and that is a really bad thing. But we can still, you know, we can be working on stuff here. Now, we could Flying Flip for a couple of turns here, rather than trying to use First Impression. Now, if we use First Impression, we get the KO. But if we use Flying Flip, we start putting everything potentially into... Oh, that's lovely. Ah, I tell you what, we really missed turn 1 Trubbish. Turn 1 Trubbish would have been handsome. So the question is, do we Flying Flip here and start... Because if we Flying Flip twice, we bring them down into range for a First Impression with a Choice Band. But we could just take a KO. Oh, that's an awkward one. We're going to have to make a decision. We're also going to desperately need a Trubbish this turn. Oh, this is awkward. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put the energy on Koko. The theory being nice and simply, if we whiff the Golisopod, then we've got no choice. But we do get the Golisopod. We do get the Trubbish. Now, we're not going to play the Float Stone because we've already played a Float Stone and we don't want to put ourselves in an awkward position. Do we Flying Flip or do we take the KO? Ugh. No, I tell you what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We put the pressure on. We've got the Ace Roller for next turn. We've got the Ultra Ball and the Float Stone to turn off abilities. And this is what we do here. We're putting on early pressure. Now, it's a shame that we didn't get the Trubbish last turn. But hopefully, we can get it. Oh, my opponent just put the Bulu right up. Now, it's going to take a lot. But if he's got Energy, Candy, Vikavolt, Choice Band... So he's going to need to hit Candy, Vikavolt, Choice Band off of these 7 cards. If he hits them all, we are in a terrible position. And that really is this matchup in a nutshell. If your opponent oh, brilliant. Okay, now we're good. Now, that's actually really annoying. Because the problem here now is that... Oh, now what we could really do with is double colourless Choice Band. Double colourless Choice Band gets us the KO here, but I think we're going to have to go slightly aggressive. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go for the Garbodor because we need the abilities turned off. Now he's going to have a Field Blower as well. We're going to bench the second Trubbish lest he takes a KO. And now we need to see how many items he's played. 4, not enough. So, is it play the Rainbow Energy so we can have an attacker in the future? Or do we Sycamore, hoping, because if we hit the double colourless Choice Band, then we will get the KO. Tell you what, it's early in the game. This would really break the back of his deck here. So, we're going to go slightly silly. Now, this is not the best play, because we've only actually got 2 double colour... we whiffed the double colourless. Boo, hiss, etc. Tell you what we're going to do. We're actually going to play the Rescue Stretcher here just to shuffle all those Pokemon back because I kind of want all of them for later on in the game. Now, we could use Armor Press for 130 here. But if we use Armor Press for 130... then... oh, actually, we will put the energy on him. If we use Armor Press for 130, then that means my opponent can KO, but they'll need a Choice Band again to do it. Or we could just use First Impression for 150. Yeah. We're going to do that, because then we can get my opponent very, very easily next turn. So we're going to, if he gets the KO here, we should get a very easy return KO. So, we're going to First Impression. It's not going to be for the KO here. If my opponent's got Vikavolt Field Blower, he does get the KO, but we can return the KO here with a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my goodness! Yeah, you know what we forgot? We forgot that we hadn't switched in this turn. Again, kind of irrelevant. We've done 60. Yeah, okay. So we've got everything we need here. Fighting Fury Belt will... okay. See, now what we're going to do is we are going to Ace Roller, and then we are... wait for it. Ace Rolling. Boom! Pun. And this really is one of the things that makes this deck so absurd. Is just the possibility of just doing this and just constantly putting your opponent in a position where there's just nothing they can do. Now, downside is this isn't going to get the KO. But it doesn't matter. Wait, it's not going to get the KO, is it? Because we're going to be hitting 150, putting up to 210. He's got 220. Here's the thing. I did this at the weekend. It was so much fun. What you do is... again, my opponent here cannot get a one-hit KO. They can only hit 190. But I did this at the weekend. I was playing... Ace of Rolling. Yeah, see, he's manually attaching to a Bulu. When you play a Bulu deck that ends up manually attaching, you know you're onto a good thing. But see, ladies and gentlemen, there's something very sneaky and lovely going on here. And the sneaky and lovely thing is, I did this at the weekend, I was playing Garbodor, and I played against a Vikavolt Bulu deck. They had free energy, I had free energy, I hit for 180. What I then did was... this is an awkward decision. So then, I just played a Field Blower and took 2 prizes. It was so much fun. Now, Do we have a Guzma in the discard? We don't. So, question is, do we just take the easy KO by playing an Ace Roller? Or do we Sycamore and then hope to hit a Float Stone? Because we haven't switched out this turn. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the energy onto him. We're going to Choice Band up because, I don't know, might as well. I'm going to save that as an attacker. We've got another Rescue Stretcher. And what we're going to do here is we are going to Sycamore. And if we hit Field... Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. I am a complete and utter idiot. Now, it doesn't matter because actually... and my opponent can now, if he hits a Choice Band, get a KO next turn. I haven't been punished per se, but of course, I've done a stupid thing, ladies and gentlemen, because I put the Choice Band down. The theory was there's no point putting okay, never punished, never punished. So now we don't have a Guzma in the discard, unfortunately, but that's all right. What we do have is an Ace Roller. So now we can undo the really stupid thing. Theo9743 subscribed with Twitch Prime 2 months in a row. Thank you very much, sir. Do remember that the the Twitch Prime subscriptions, they don't automatically renew. So if you do use them, you will have to renew that every month, but I hope that you do. Theo9743, you are first in line today if we do viewer battles. Alrighty then, so now we can get the KO with First Impression. And to be honest, I kind of... Oh, wait, actually I don't. Yeah, I did want my opponent to take a KO, because then we could have used Versus Seeker for teammates to grab my Field Blower. At some point, I'm going to hit a Field Blower. Now, hopefully, he's not playing Ace Roller / doesn't hit it. Cool. There's not an Ace Roller. Now he's probably got... Field... okay. I dig you, man. I dig you. So now he can actually have 2 Booloos in a row. So now we really need that Field Blower incredibly quickly. Actually, we don't really need it that quickly. What we really need is a double colorless energy. If we hit double colorless and we've only played 1. I don't think we've got a teammates. I think we're only playing 1. Oh, ha! Nice. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. So, bad news here. We don't actually have very much at all. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to... Oh, we need a lot here, ladies and gentlemen. But we're still in a decent position. But we need a lot. We didn't... To be honest, I quite would have liked him to take a KO last turn. But he didn't, so we'll have to deal with it. So, good news, we get the Choice Band. We get an energy. So, now... We haven't played a Guzma. Oh, we've played all of our Versus Seeker. That's upsetting. But we haven't played either of our 2 Guzma. So, we're actually going to Choice Band the Garbodor just so that we can do something next turn. And then actually the maths here is going to work out perfectly. So, all we need to do here is we First Impression to hit for 30. And then next turn, if we hit Field Blower Energy, we win the game. What do I think are the cons of this? So we might even retreat here, although that would be a bit silly. If I hit Field Blower Energy, I've won the game. Okay, here comes the switch, but yeah. I need that Field Blower so bad. The downside is Now, I've got a Lele in my deck. Now, I think... Yeah. But he put a choice... Oh, no! Oh, the Mudkip Man 13 subscribed 2 years in a row. You, sir, are lovely. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Whiffing that field blower hurt. Very much. Very much. Now I'm feeling a lot less confident. So, we're just going to Sycamore here. Because I don't think we can, teammates. Now, the good news is he can't Tapu Cure again. So, how much are we hitting with Garbodor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 120, which is not actually enough. We can Guzma next turn and KO this with a choice band, actually. Because we'll hit 150. So, alrighty then. What we're actually going to do here is... let's attach a third energy. And now we're going to use a Crossing Cut GX. Switch to the Wimpod. Because I don't really care if he KOs it. So now, in theory next turn, we can Guzma... and then first impression will hit 150 and KO that Bulu. Or indeed, no, it'll have to be that. And then we can, again, if we find our field blower. Now this might be Lele for Guzma on here, which would be a really good play on my opponent's part. And I tell you what, somebody was asking a minute ago, weaknesses of the deck. Oh, does he not have it? Looks like he failed the search. One of the weaknesses of this deck, honestly, you're only playing one field blower. I really don't like decks that only play a single field blower right now. So there comes the Sycamore. He's not playing a Guzma. And now, if I can just find my field blower, I can win the game. He cannot Tapu Cure again. So that's good. He can only KO the Wimpod. And then I can just retreat the Coco. Now, question is, how many items has he played now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually, now my Garbodor's going to get a one-hit KO as well. So I'm starting to feel exceedingly good about my chances of winning this game. So let's make sure we do this all in the right order. Somebody asked what I teach. What do I teach? I teach business and law. They're my subjects of choice. Yeah. So now I should be hitting 150 with first impression to get the KO. Might as well put a float stone down on the Wimpod. Just because at this stage, I'm really worried about what I'm going to draw next turn. So I really need to make sure I'm drawing as little as possible. So now we can put an energy on him. We've still got a Guzma remaining, so we're not going to end up stranded in the active. We can now first impression for the KO. My opponent can KO back, but it's going to be exceedingly difficult for them to do so. Oh, we get an ace roller as well. Now, in order for my opponent to get a KO, he's going to need grass energy in hand, plus field blower, plus choice band. And to be honest, even if he gets a KO, my Garbodor's going to come back. My Garbodor on the bench here is hitting for a ridiculous amount at this stage. There is the field blower, but who cares? He's got to have a Guzma as well here. He's got to get the Guzma. If he doesn't Guzma my Garbodor, he's lost. If he does, he may well still have lost. I like this. Could I make an expanded deck with Golisopod and Beedrill Allergy Shock? I don't know is the honest answer. I feel like it would be a little bit clunky. Here comes the inevitable end to 2, but I don't care. By ending me here, he has lost. Ha! We even hit a Guzma! If he KOs, he's lost. If he doesn't KO, he's lost. This is a scary matchup. Yeah, I mean, we had the Garbodor down there. And, you know, this deck is really weak. And I must confess, when I looked at this, online, one of the things that really stuck out to me was the fact that, what do you do against Volcanion? And there were some Japanese players playing fire decks at Worlds. I'm going first, so I don't need to go aggressive with Trubbish here. And, oh, do I fill my bench turn 1? I might fill my bench turn 1. Because I want to put down the Trubbish here. Oh, lovely. That is even better. Now we can bridge it and just grab 2 Wimpods. Yeah, no, we need the Coco. Coco is too good in this deck. So there was a shorter promo video made with the lovely Mateo and myself at the internets. It was only about 3 or 4 minutes rather than the 10-minute monster they were playing this weekend. And it was so much fun. So I think when I meet my new law, I've got new law and business classes coming in about a week or so. And I think rather than introducing myself to them in the traditional manner, I'm just going to be like, hey, watch this promo video of me. That's all you need to know. Can we make donations on PTCGO? Yes, you can. There is a donate button there. Or you could, if you want to donate, you could go to patreon.com/PTCGRadio and, ooh, this is going to be harsh. And then if you donate $10 or more a month, you get some bonus pods. So that is an option for you. I leave it up to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, whether you wish to or not. But yes, there is a donate button. Ooh, this is nice. Because I can Sycamore the Hex Maniac here. I kind of want to end him. But, yeah, and then I can Hex Maniac a couple of turns. And yes, I know that I've got Garbodor, but, ooh, don't like this too much. Although it's unlikely my opponent's going to have an ability next turn. So, we are, for the time... Oh, no, no! That was almost very silly. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's both ace rollers. Or do we get rid of Rescue Stretcher, but then we've got no more... Problem is, we're going to have to Sycamore next turn. I don't really want to do this, but I want to get the KO. And we're going to need to Sycamore next turn, because we're going to need to draw that Garbodor. So as much as I don't like doing this, I appreciate that I'm going to go one prize. Yeah, we've hit 100 people. Woo! I appreciate we're going to go up a prize here. And now, if we get a double colorless, which we don't, we can take more prizes next turn. Or with a Versus Seeker, we can ace roller. I mean, the thing is, as much as I wanted to save the ace roller and use it next turn, that's not good enough. I was really hoping he wouldn't get a Metagross turn 2. Because now we can have 2 energy on a Metagross. Yeah. That's fine. He doesn't play that many field blowers. I do play that many. I play 4 Floatstone. And I can just start putting choice bands on there. So it's really quite cool. Yeah, my business students regularly. Oh no, I don't have an N. Oh, thank goodness. Because if he's going to use Algorithm here, I am going to need to play an N. Please draw an N. Boo. Rubbish. Good news, I can hit decent damage without switching out the active. Good news, I can... Oh, that's going to be a painful Sycamore. Because I've already got rid of both my ace roller. Oh, I really don't want to give him this Algorithm, but I haven't got any Lele left. I haven't got any Rescue Stretcher left. Oh, that is rubbish. How many of the students that distract me are actually interested in Pokemon? Generally, I have a weird thing in my classes where some people are all just like, please let's talk about Pokemon. And other people in the class are like, please, for the love of all that is good and holy, can we stop talking about Pokemon and never talk about Pokemon again? So, we've had some painful discards in the early game, which does happen in this deck. And I'm really upset here that we're not going to be able to N. If you don't N after an algorithm, it's very, very bad. So my opponent's going to have double Metagross next turn, but we're running through our deck nice and quickly here. We get double Garbodor, but we don't get the Float Stone. We've gone through 30 cards in our deck and drawn one of our 2 Float Stones. This is really bad right now, because we're now putting ourselves in a really awkward position where, this sucks. Nothing we can do. It's just going to have to be an armor press for 100. Now, we do have the Versus Seeker for Ace Roller next turn, but we've already used 2 Ace Roller and 2 Versus Seeker. Our opponent's got an amazing hand. So, I need to get my Garbodor online next turn. Because this is just going to keep happening. Wait, why did he do that? Because he didn't use the attack last turn. See, if we can get a Float Stone and an Ace Roller, we are going to be in control of this game. We've not hit any of our ends yet. And it's one of those games. And these games happen. But we haven't hit our ends yet. Which means we've had to waste 4 Ace Rollers. We've only got 2 left for the game. Okay, this is good. This is better. Because we haven't got our Float Stone either. If we can turn off abilities and draw into Ace Roller, and we can't. Okay. So, good news is, we now don't have to worry about drawing into stuff. Alright. You're actually not doing too bad at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're not hitting too much yet. So let's just get this Golisopod ready to roll. Now we can end. And we've got to hit a Float Stone here, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely crucial. We hit the Float Stone. And a teammate's for if my opponent ever takes a KO. And a Guzma. So if we can hit a... Alrighty then. So, if we can hit a Choice Band next turn, we're going to be in a great position. Because either we can Choice Band and KO the active Metagross, or we can Guzma Choice Band KO the Tapu Lele with Crossing Cut GX. The good news is, and I found this, and I saw this in the mirror match earlier, people seem to be treating this deck like Golisopod, not like Golisopod Garbodor. And that's a big mistake. Because in the late game, because my opponent's just using item after item. Here comes a Field Blower after a Max Potion. So now they've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, before long, I'm going to be able to Guzma and KO a Lele just with a Garbodor. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to wish there was another Trubbish down soon. I am going to need to start drawing into Ace Roller, but I could use my GX attack here. Because the other thing is, he's only got 4 Max Potion. So it's not like he can keep Max Potioning forever. Now, bad news is... Okay. Actually... if we can get this Metagross active, he's not going to be able to retreat. And he's got no energy in the discard pile. So we might actually be able to save ourselves a turn here. Because we can't turn off his ability. We don't have a Float Stone. But what we can do here, he's got no energy in the discard. So unless he's got... And a lot of Metagross play very few switching cards. Now he might have a Guzma. And if he's got a Guzma, that would obviously do it. But okay, he just goes Wonder Tag for a Guzma here. But I tell you what, he's really putting himself in an awkward position. Now, does he have... He doesn't. Oh, I'd love a Guzma right now, ladies and gentlemen. I would absolutely love a Guzma right now. That would be awesome. So what do we draw? Ultra Ball. But we don't have any Lele, unfortunately. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to teammates. And... we're going to grab a Garbodor. And we're going to grab a Floatstone. Oh, but then we don't have anything for next turn. No, we can't do that. We're going to have to grab a Versus Seeker and a Floatstone. Because we got the KO this turn. That's not the issue. We might as well bench this Trubbish. Now we can Floatstone up. And we might as well start committing energy here on that Trubbish. And now, because my opponent hasn't got that many Field Blowers, he's already used 2. By my count, he's probably got 1 Field Blower, 2 Max Potion left. By the time he's used all of those, we should be in a decent position. See, again, he can drop two Max Potion Field Blower now. If he does that, that's basically all of his items. And then we can start, and this is one of the things. It really is awkward to try and figure out this particular, like the matchups like this are very awkward. Oh, just a straight Lysander. But that's a single prize attack. Okay. So, what are we going to go for? We got a Sycamore. We got one of our last 2 remaining Versus Seeker. But we really want to get a Garbodor back online. We've still got 1 in the deck. And we've still got we've still got a Floatstone left in the deck. And we've got Choice Bands left in the deck. Oh, I don't like doing this. Okay. That worked. That worked very nicely indeed. Now, if my opponent does drop their last Field Blower, that's going to kind of suck. But, it's not the end of the world yet. Downside is we basically got 2 Guzma left. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're only hitting 180 at the moment. Yeah, we're not quite hitting enough. So, let's retreat to Golisopod. And then we can just use First Impression to do 120. Now, my opponent, he's basically got 1 Max Potion. Most decks play 3 Max Potion. There goes a Skylar, presumably for a Max Potion. Oh, for a Field Blower. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. This is, now, this should be his last Field Blower. This is turning into an extremely frustrating game because my opponent's basically just been able to have their way. And I'm actually kind of running out of energy here as well. Oh, no, I'm not. No, tell a lie. I've still got energy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to end my opponent to 3. And I might even... Oh, I need a Trubbish, though. I've still got 1 Trubbish left. See, if I could find a Choice Band here, that would be really good. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite enough. So, we should be able to turn off abilities here, and my opponent will be in a bad spot. But if we get him to 3 and he hits a Guzma, that's going to be really upsetting. And how many Versus Seeker do we have left? Just the 1. And we actually need to get Golisopod out the active. No, we don't. So, we're going to put that onto him. We're then going to put that up. And we're going to end to 3. And hopefully, this is going to be where we start turning the game around. Oh, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. We could be about to have a very nice game. Now, we can crossing cut for the KO, but then we've got to put something active. Although, to be honest, I don't... Oh, I'm kind of tempted to let him KO the something, but then he can win with a... No, because I'm going to ace roll the next turn and get the KO with... Yeah, all right. So, what we're going to do, we are going to crossing cut GX for the KO, and we're going to put Oh, but I really don't want him to have a 2-prize knockout. Oh, there's nothing I want to put active. Now, I'll tell you what. If he's got access to his abilities again, if he's got a 4th field blower, we are in trouble. I'm going to be honest with you. If he's got his 4th field blower, we are in trouble. Because otherwise, he just can't get a KO. If he plays 4 field blower and I end him to 3 and he's got it, we're in a bad position. Otherwise, we should be about to round out the game. Yeah, that's fine. There goes Versus Seeker 4. An N. Oh, slightly annoying. Because I kind of wanted... To be honest, that hand was a beautiful hand. That was a hand that I wanted. All right. So we got Choice Band, which might help. Oh, my opponent just passes. Oh, but we can't play Sycamore. So, let's count up his discard pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That should be a KO without the Choice Band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Which is 280, minus resistance is 260. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we've won this. But I tell you what, just because I don't want to draw into it if I get end, we're going to Choice Band anyway and Trash Avalanche. Yeah, 290. Here's the thing. We've got 1 prize remaining. And look at our hand. We've got... Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Golisopod Garbodor. I love this deck. It is my very favourite deck. I actually took this deck to a League Cup this past weekend where I went and won. Got myself 50 championship points in the process. I was delighted. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join in on future streams, and I heartily recommend that you do, then go and check out twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. Otherwise, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and if you want to support the channel, get some bonus pods and so on, then go and check out patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.